Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is George Whitman. I'm the Towns River Council President. I'd like to welcome you to our first FEMA workshop of the year. And we're going to have 3 sessions, one at 1 o'clock, one at 2 o'clock, and one at 3 o'clock. I'd like to make a couple introductions before we move along. We have with us Councilman Jeff Carr, Councilman Mo Hill, Councilman John Sevastakis, and we also have from the township, we have our Township Administrator Paul Shives, our Township Engineer Bob Shankalian, our Assistant Township Engineer Wendy Burkhead. We have Patrick Park from the Engineering Department, Lou Amoruso, our Director of Public Works. We have Craig Ambrosio, Director of Parks and Recreation and Building and Grounds. We have Anthony Morlino, he's our Township Attorney. We have our Township Assistant Planner Erica Stahl. We have Pat Daly, he's the Acting Director of Emergency Management. Bob DiBiase, you probably met him. He's the Resource Director for Emergency Management, coordinates all of the various groups that are helping in the town. We have Ken Anderson, he's our Construction Official. John Garrity, who's the Assistant Construction Official. And Bill Peterson, who's a Building Inspector for the town. And we also have 2 speakers from FEMA, as well as a cadre of FEMA professionals inside the gym. And so you're going to hear from Bill McDonald, and he's the Mitigation Director, Deputy Director. And we have from the Small Business Administration, Mark Jameson, and he's going to speak to you about loans and grants and things related to the Small Business Administration. So today, we hope that after you go through these sessions, what we're going to have is about a half an hour in here, maybe a little bit less. We're going to go into the gym, and we have tables set up throughout the gym have information about various things related to FEMA grants. We have Small Business Administration there. We have the township officials there, as you heard. And so we're hoping that as you go into the gym, you'll be able to find a table that has the information that you're looking for. If you don't have the information, if you don't find the table, please come to one of the council members or myself, and we'll try and get you that information, because it's very important that you leave here, that you have the information that you need in order to make a decision as to what you want to do with your home. I was involved with Hurricane Sandy as well as you in terms of damage, not to the extent that some of you have, but I can sympathize with all of you because of the amount of damage and devastation in my neighborhood. I live in the Green Island section of town, and I'm one of 5 homes that actually is occupied on my street. And as I go through the town, it's really saddens me to see how many people are out of their homes and have the devastation that they have in their house. So we sympathize very much with you. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to get the information, and we hope that this informational session will get you to the point where you have the information that you need to rebuild. With that, I'll turn it over to Bill McDonald from FEMA, and he'll go through his portion of the presentation.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. First, let me, again, sympathize with anything that you're going through. We understand the magnitude of what this community has gone through, and if there's anything we can do while we're here, that's why we're here. We're here to help you and the state of New Jersey, and we will be here as long as we need to be, not just today, but for the extent of this recovery process to help you get your communities back so that they are stronger and more resilient in the future. I am a local Ocean County person, live in Brick, former Old Brick High School football coach, so it's hard for me to come to this place, especially when all the Storettis beat us up every year. So it's kind of hard for me to come back here. But we're here to help. So the mitigation team here is here to assist you in understanding what you've all been hearing about ABFEs, the Advisory Base Flood Elevations, of which the governor just adopted for the state of New Jersey. What that is the best available data so that when you have to rebuild, you do rebuild higher, safer, smarter, and more resilient. It is something that is an advisory product that we produce because in the state of New Jersey, you are going through a regulatory revised National Flood Insurance rate map process, which you were going through anyway. We've been meeting with the state of New Jersey over the last 2 years, developing that product. It's not due to come out in New Jersey until the summer of this year. Then there is a regulatory process of review, appeal, comment period. So by the time that map goes effective, it's probably sometime in 2014. So what we didn't want to do was withhold any information that we had now until then, so that we could provide that information to you so that when you start rebuilding now, you have the best available data. That's why we produced this document and these elevations and new zone designations, so that you have this information here today. When you go into the gym, we will have a large contingent of mitigation people. You'll walk through. You'll see our community outreach people first. They will provide you whatever handouts, flyers that we have. You can then go to our ABFE table. And our ABFE table, the people there, the technical people, will walk you right through. So you'll just give them your address. They'll be able to show you what your old designation was, elevation and zone. They'll be able to show you what your new designation is on the new maps for elevation and zone. And then if you have any questions about the implications, whether it be insurance, floodplain management, building codes and stuff like that, then we also have a table for our flood insurance and our floodplain managers. So if we can't answer any of your questions here today, which I'm pretty sure we will be able to, we just take your name, number, and we will have someone get back to you as quickly as possible to get you the information that you need. Okay, so again, I sympathize and empathize with anything you're going through. I wish you the best in your recovery, and we are here to support and serve you. Thank you.
Next, we have Mark Jameson from the Small Business Administration.
Hello. Just a question for you to think about. After you registered with FEMA, you may have received an SBA application, and you thought to yourself, this is possibly a mistake because I'm not a small business. What you need to know today is that the SBA provides disaster loan assistance to homeowners and renters for disaster losses that aren't fully compensated by insurance or other recoveries. We are the primary source of money for disaster recovery. Now, SBA can offer loans for homeowners for their primary residence, businesses of any size, as well as private nonprofit organizations. For your primary residence, we can loan up to $200,000 for repair and replacement of disaster-damaged real estate. For homeowners and renters, we can loan up to $40,000 for the replacement of your contents. For businesses, we can loan up to $2 million in any combination of business physical losses as well as your economic injury. The economic injury disaster loan is a loan that is designed for small businesses, small aquaculture organizations, as well as most private nonprofits. And this loan is designed to loan you money if you're having difficulty meeting obligations as a direct result of the disaster. The big thing I want you to think about right now is that even if you don't want a loan, you still need to apply. The loan application is part of a disaster recovery process. And once you apply for the disaster loan, if your disaster damages are for your primary residence or if you're a renter, and SBA cannot make you a disaster loan, in many cases, we can refer you to possible eligibility in a FEMA Other Needs Assistance Grant Program. But only after you apply for the SBA Disaster Assistance Loan. The other thing I want to leave you with today is that do not wait for your insurance settlement to apply to SBA, because we can work on your SBA disaster loan while your insurance is still working on the claim they're going to pay out to you. And once that insurance claim does come through, then those funds can go to pay down the SBA disaster loan. Finally, if you're in a situation where the local building authority is requiring you to elevate as a condition of being issued a building permit, SBA may be able to loan you money for that cost of elevation. So it's really imperative that you complete the application as soon as possible and start your long-term recovery process. And I hope you see now that the SBA loan can be a tool in your toolkit for a long-term recovery. And we have people in the SBA Blue that are located throughout the hallways, and also people in the gymnasium who can help you with any particular questions you have about the SBA program in your particular situation. Thank you for your time.
I'd also like to point out that in the future, the township's going to have a separate session on the mitigation in terms of what to do, how do you raise your house, what are the techniques available, we'll have videos and information related to that at a separate date. So that's going to be an upcoming meeting that we'll have, and hopefully we can get that information out and schedule the appropriate folks to do that in the next few weeks. At this point, what we're going to do is leave this area and go into the gym. I'd ask you to, if you get a chance to pick up and go towards the gym and select you have plenty of tables there where you can select the information and the table that you're interested in.